Pharisees and Sadducees, the religious leaders. And when they walked by, they didn't help the guy. But lo and behold, a Samaritan walked by. The people that they was against was the one that showed goodness and kindness to the individual, and the one that helped him get somewhere that he can be stable and get help, and said he'll pay for the person to have the treatment and care he needed. So sometimes we have to just realize that we just can't be evil to one another, mean to one another, but we got to find goodness in our own selves and within others. And we have to have goodness in our heart. But goodness starts in your mind. Goodness starts with a thought process. Goodness starts with a positive thought process, a positive mindset. That's where goodness starts from. And from there, the goodness can resonate to being a heart thing, that people finding goodness within the individual themselves, and with the individual character. So when you looking for goodness, you want to look for goodness first in a person's thought process, in a person's mind, the way they speak. Do they speak positivity in their lives? Do they speak positivity in the other people's lives? It's always in the voice. It's always in the tongue. The Bible teaches us that there's power in the tongue. There's power of life. There's power of death in the tongue. So we have to be mindful of the things we say in the way we move and operate. Every moment doesn't require you to be nasty or mean because someone else being mean. Sometimes you have to just use another thing the Bible say: be quick to listen and slow to speak. A lot of time within people mean speak or people action lies the root of whatever problem that you guys have or whatever issue they have with you. Sometimes you just have to just listen to them and take what they say the high road. The high road is another way of showing goodness, because you're showing goodness to that person by not overreacting, not being violent, not showing any type of ill will, and just leaving the matter alone. But sometimes it's good to just listen to whatever a person that you may have a conflict with, just listen to what they got to say. And I promise you, somewhere within their conversation is that place that there's an issue and it's coming from. But then we got goodness in the manner that are helping people. There are times when there are people that's just in need and just need your help. Like a lot of people like to go to homeless shelters or like to help people that's in, just asking for money for food or clothing. But there are people need help in many areas, like in mental health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual help. We have to show goodness and kindness to people that's in need. Like when you go to church sometimes, some people feel when they go to church that people are judging them. They pass judgment on them. Even if you think you are a person that are good and kind to people, we got to sometimes go back and look in the mirror and reassess ourselves and make sure that we are the type of person that are good and kind to others. Because sometimes we can walk away with this notion that we are the ones that's doing good, but when we go back and reevaluate ourselves, we may not be the one that's doing displaying good action. We might be a person that's blocking goodness from being cultivated in a relationship. So just sometimes we just have to be good to others. We just have to be kind to others. We have to just show others that it's okay, it's okay to just stop, listen, and just take a back seat. We don't have to react to every negative thing that this displayed in our lives, or every negative factor that's displayed in our lives. Just sometimes, it's just good to just sit back and just listen to people. Just listen to what people have to say. Just listen to the pain that they may have inside. A lot of times people who act in negative ways and have pain on the inside are trying to ask for help. And so we can't be upset because that person that sound angry and may not be displaying goodness might need goodness from you because they're asking for help. You know, it's always in the end when we always see warning signs for individual with mental health problems, or people who commit suicides, or people who does commit any actions to hurt themselves or others. We always look back and say, hey, man, I just remember this person did display this warning sign and was asking for help, and I just, at the moment that that person needed help, I I wasn't there for them. I actually was a negative force within that equation. So we have to just sometimes just, even within chaos, we have to just stop and just view the situation. Just think about what we're doing. Think about the consequences. Think about why you in this place at that time. And if you're a person that attend church and you're a person call yourself a Christian, you gotta sometimes step back and think about that second great commandment: love thy neighbor as thyself. To love thy neighbor as thyself encompasses many factors. It's not just showing love or displaying love. You gotta do it all together. It's all encompassing. It's all encompassing. To gather. That's why they call. I always tell people, get your ships in order. Your relationship, your fellowship, and your discipleship. All that goes together to accomplish that loving thy neighbor. You love that neighbor, you're going to go out there and talk to a person regardless of the circumstance, regardless of what turmoil you may be going through. Because sometimes that turmoil is a cry for help. Everyone do not know how to communicate effectively. So sometimes you have to meet people halfway to ensure that you clearly understanding what's being communicated. You know, in life, we can probably remember times that we had a conflict with someone, and just out of saying a few words, we just changed the one bad situation into a lifelong friendship. Because sometimes people ask for help in a way that's unique. You know, especially in the African American culture, just think about the stigma that was behind mental health treatment and mental health care. You know, the first thing that people thought, if you go see a psychiatrist, psychologist, oh, that person must be crazy. But that's not the case. We're finding out that it was never the case. It's always been behavioral health. People have behavior factors that they would like to change. They'll like to change it to a more desirable and more efficient behavior pattern. And there's something we can always fix in ourselves. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. No one perfect. But we all can display compassion and goodness for others. It doesn't hurt to just say hello, to someone. Say, how you doing? How your day going? And just speak to a person. Sometimes when you speak to a person, just say, hey, hello, how your day going? Then they just pour out with a lot of information because they just need someone to talk to. Sometimes when you just walk by a person and smile, you just made their day because that person been down. They just need just any type of positivity in their life. Sometimes when you help somebody out in the line because they short on change, or they left their wallet. Sometimes that's their cry saying, I really don't have it, but can you please help me? Because sometimes people just need help at that moment. You know, if you see someone in the line, they might say, hey, I left my wallet. Chances are they really probably saying, I really don't have it, and I really need this. So sometimes it's good to just take the second to help. That's showing their goodness, you know. It's okay to help somebody. If you see them pushing a grocery cart up the hill, hey, just try to help them with the grocery cart. You strong, you got strength. It doesn't take help. It doesn't take much to help them to go up the cart. Push the cart up the hill. But also we have to be willing to receive goodness. We can't be closed-minded and closed to understanding that there is goodness out there.